Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to the conversation. So today I got a very interesting topic, and I'm going to throw you guys for a loop. Before I get into that, if you guys haven't already checked out the Dreamerspro Podcast, make sure you guys check that out. The link is in the description below. It's called the Dreamerspro Podcast, and you can definitely check us out on Spotify and iTunes. We got a lot of great content up there that you guys can, enjoy. I know some people maybe don't have time to watch the entire podcast that we normally upload, so you can definitely go there and check it out. Listen to it when you're less busy or maybe on the go. So check out the Dreamerspro Podcast. It's in the description below. But back to the video. What we're covering in this video is, this is the secret reason why Kawhi Leonard will never win a regular season MVP. That's what I want to get into this video today. Now, this is going to be really controversial, I believe. But by the time I'm done with it, I think you guys are going to be really eye-opened by what I cover in this video. And I think you guys are going to have a lot to say about it. So let me just get straight into it. So you guys know that Kawhi Leonard is my favorite basketball player currently playing. He's the person that reminds me the most to my all-time favorite basketball player in Kobe Bryant. So seeing that Kobe Bryant was someone that sort of mentored Kawhi, trained him, took him under his wing, it's only natural for us Kobe fans to gravitate towards Kawhi. If you enjoy watching Kobe play, or even if you enjoy watching Michael Jordan play, there's something about Kawhi Leonard that's sort of reminiscent of these two players that you really are going to enjoy, and that's why most people tend to like Kawhi. Also, I'm sure a lot of people like him because of his calm demeanor. He's not braggadocious. He's not even on social media. You never really know what he thinks. With all the success that he has, he never brags about it. He just pretty much goes about his business of just winning and being a good basketball player. But in today's video, we're going to talk about the reason why I think Kawhi Leonard will never win an NBA championship, and I mean a regular season MVP. And I think a lot of it has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with the media. So not too long ago, one of our viewers, and excuse me if I forgot your name, he pointed out a video to me that I was not aware about. Now, you guys know currently, as you're watching this video, the NBA is going through like a suspension of games because of the situation that we're in globally for this global pandemic that's currently just, tearing up the whole world, as so to speak. So with the pause of games, many things have been happening. And what you've been seeing is NBA players, getting more on social media, especially on live streams, chatting with each other and doing so many thing just to stay connected to the game. I'm assuming also to stay connected to the fans. And in one live stream that recently came out, I saw bits and pieces of it on ESPN, but I didn't really pay it much mind because I was like, okay, you know what? The subject matter didn't really seem to interest me that much. Then this viewer sent me a pretty interesting clip and said, did you see the clip where LeBron James said to Richard Jefferson that the ESPN cannot fire you? You're my friend. I was like, what? So I quickly had to go search for it. Now, before I go too further, I want you guys just to take a listen to the clip. It's a very short clip. Take a listen to it.
ESPN, I know I don't want to get fired, but release that shit. Release that.
ESPN can't fire you, RJ. You my friend. Now,
in that clip, you guys heard correctly. He said that, don't worry, ESPN cannot fire you because you're my friend. Now, first of all, hold on a second. I'm going to get back to Kawhi in a second. How is it possible that LeBron has the courage, the confidence to say that on a live stream with Richard Jefferson, his other former running mate, teammate, and with the Cleveland Cavaliers and Channing Frye? What gives him the confidence to say that? Now, a lot of people in the comment section have been saying that they feel like LeBron controls the media, especially the sports media. Stephen A. Smith in the past has alluded to that by saying his team likes to always control the narrative, and it's something quite interesting. Over the years, you'll see that Stephen A. Smith has sort of augmented his views on LeBron. So just to give you guys an example, here's Stephen A. Smith talking about LeBron James after he lost in the NBA Finals with the Miami Heat that time. Take a listen to this audio.
Stephen A., you had a particular problem with it. Go.
Well, he came out and he acknowledged later on that he was joking, if I hear correctly. My whole point with LeBron James is that he just needs to be quiet. The NBA had just canceled the first 2 weeks of the season. People, over in excess of $200 million is being lost. People losing their jobs and things of that nature, and here you are joking as usual. I have no problem with them tweeting because players tweet all the time. That's not the issue. It's the fact that he was joking, and it was the timing of his joke that I have a problem with. You need to focus, okay, on getting a deal done, getting a collective bargaining agreement reached, so you can get back on the court and make up to millions upon millions of fans who watched you wet the bed in the fourth quarter. That's what you need to be doing. I don't want to hear anything about football. I don't want to hear anything about anything else. I don't want to care. I want to hear about their sneakers. I have no problem with Carmelo Anthony, his sneakers, but they got to win too. And Amari Stoudemire being up here yesterday with his tight suit on and all that. I have no problem with that either. I got no problem with none of that. But LeBron James, it is time. And the reason that I say it's time is because he's the one with the tattoo, the chosen one. He's the one with the King James. I want to hear stuff. He's a great guy, and he's got to deal with a lot of stuff. And we, bottom line is he's a great person, okay? And we shouldn't even be focused on anything but his game. But his game has come up short time and time again. And the one other thing that I want to say, Skip, before I leave this to you, and I'm dead serious about this. There's something about LeBron James that's really starting to alarm me. You got titles, King James, chosen one. None of the great guys, they shun all of that until they won a championship. It's like he wants to be crowned with no rings. You don't get to do that.
Skip's been saying
you
that
got to
for
get
years.
it done. And I've been holding off on it because I disagreed with Skip totally. But to lose in the finals the way that he did, and then to come out here with the smile on your face like that, the world is just beautiful. I don't understand it. Champions don't do that. They just don't. That's what I wanted to say.
Sounds familiar.
Why are you so hard on this poor man?
That
you just leave him alone?
That is funny coming from you. That is hysterical. Oh my God.
Wait.
You of all people.
Do you have something personal against this man?
You know what?
That's all I've ever heard for 5 years.
Listen, man. Listen, Skip. It's got me to the point. I never dreamed that I would see LeBron James not show up in the fourth quarter the way he did for 4 straight games in the NBA Finals. But then to come out and to say what he said in the aftermath of that press conference, people are just going to go back to their regular old lives. And to walk around all summer long, city to city, state to state, wherever he is, big fat smile on his face like, it's no big deal that we lost and I embarrassed myself in the NBA Finals. It's no big deal. I can't take it no more. Enough.
I'm shocked.
Enough.
Yep, I'm shocked.
Enough.
Now, if you listen to Stephen A. Smith, you'll see the level of fervor and ferocity that he was speaking with about LeBron. If you were to ask Stephen A. Smith about something about LeBron James now, he would have a completely different tone. And Stephen A. Smith has always alluded to it in the past that LeBron James camp, they always like to control the narrative. And he used to do this thing on ESPN First Take where he always used to start off his broadcast by saying, he's a great father, he's a great this, he's a great basketball player. Did I get everything out the way? And it turned into a joke, but we all thought that he was just being funny and he couldn't go too much further into it because Stephen A. Smith works for ESPN, which is owned, I believe, by Turner Sports, if I'm not sure. Now, a lot of people have been saying LeBron James has media plans, and it's something that most people think, but there's no clear evidence up until that clip I played for you guys. Now, you may be saying, what's the significance of that? What does that really mean? Well, let me break it down to you guys in case you don't know the business of sports and the NBA and ESPN and all of this. ESPN is a company that makes, last year in 2019, made about 10-point-something billion in revenue. Obviously, they make money from their YouTube, their website, and all of this, but the majority of ESPN's money comes from TV deals. In case you guys are unaware, the NBA pays ESPN $2.9 billion a year. That's the current contract that they have running to show their games. Now, if LeBron James is the face of their league, their product, you better believe that there's some stipulations within that contract that says, hey, you better say a lot of nice things about our cash cow, about the face of our league. And that is a good reason why you see a lot of sports analysts, especially on that network, that are afraid to speak candidly on LeBron. Now, how does this all relate to Kawhi Leonard? Now, all of you guys know, and for some of you out there who don't know, Kawhi Leonard is he's the true nemesis to LeBron James. They've met each other in the finals twice, and they split those final appearances, LeBron winning one, Kawhi winning one. Now, Kawhi Leonard is a two-time NBA champion, 2 times finals MVP, and one of those final MVPs came at the expense of LeBron James when he was playing with the Miami Heat. He's a 4-time All-Star. He's been on 2 All-First NBA teams, 1 second team, so he's been on 3 All-NBA teams. He's been a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, and he's led the league in steals. Now, currently this season, he's averaging 27 points a game, 7.3 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. He's playing about 32 minutes a game, shooting 47% from the field, shooting 37% from the three-point line, shooting 89% from the free throw line, and getting you 1.8 steals a game. So Kawhi Leonard is definitely getting buckets. Now, if we look at the matchup, the head-to-head matchup between Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James, you'll see that actually what the media likes to portray, and even listen to Stephen A. Smith, when he says that Kawhi Leonard is not on his LeBron James' level is a total load of crap. Kawhi Leonard has played LeBron James in the regular season quite a number of times. Kawhi Leonard has beaten LeBron 15 times to LeBron James' 9 times that he's beaten Kawhi. In the playoffs when they met, and in the playoffs, I mean in the finals, Kawhi Leonard has 7 wins to LeBron James' 5 wins. In their head-to-head matchups, LeBron James has averaged 25.5 points a game to Kawhi Leonard's 20 points a game. They both average the same amount of rebounds against each other with 8.2 rebounds. LeBron averages more assists against Kawhi in the matchups that they had, the head-to-head matchups, with 6.8 assists to Kawhi Leonard's 2.5 assists. And Kawhi Leonard averages more steals, 1.8 steals to LeBron James is 1.6 steals. Now, the game highs that they've had against each other, going head-to-head, LeBron James scored 37 points. I believe that was in the NBA Finals when they met in the NBA Finals. Kawhi Leonard has scored 41 points against LeBron James. LeBron's rebounding high against Kawhi is 18 to Kawhi Leonard's 16. LeBron has had 11 assists in a head-to-head matchup against Kawhi Leonard's 7. They've both gotten each other 5 steals against each other and 3 blocks against each other. So they've been pretty close head-to-head, and Kawhi Leonard has won 2 out of the last 3 matchups that they've played against each other. Now, going back to my original point, when I say that this is the reason why Kawhi Leonard will never win a regular season MVP, and it has nothing to do with load management. Now, here's my point. In the playoffs last year, Kawhi Leonard averaged about 30 points a game, got you 9.1 rebounds, and just about 2 assists, 2 steals a game. He played about 38 minutes a game, and he was the only player, and he led the entire playoffs in points, rebound, and steals. Yes, Kawhi Leonard, the player that Stephen A. Smith says is not on the level of LeBron, so I don't know whose level. He must be on Michael Jordan's level to be able to put up those kind of historic numbers in the playoffs. Now, for me to say that Kawhi Leonard would never win a regular season MVP, I mean, he's never going to win one, not while LeBron James is playing, not when LeBron has this media machine working behind him. Kawhi Leonard doesn't have any people in the media vouching for him, probably with the exception of Max Kellerman, who has been the only consistent voice on Kawhi Leonard for years. But if you don't believe what I'm saying, take a listen to this clip of Max Kellerman giving Kawhi Leonard his props.
Everyone's been missing it on Kawhi for a couple of years now, and I think there's a good reason for it. He had to work so hard and start from a much lower place to get to where he is. His talent is not as obvious and transcendent on the offensive end as LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and guys like that. Kobe Bryant, once upon a time, guys like that, where it's like, whoa, it's just obvious. But he's built there steadily, and he's not quite those guys offensively. He's a half a notch, maybe a hair below them, but he's just about there. And then he's a great defender. But beyond that, he's a killer when it counts the most. With the game on the line, you want the ball in his hands. He's a willing passer. He's got to be a much better passer as his career's gone on. But he'll always play the game the right way. But the right way for him to play the game at this point in his career, because his team needs him to, is to be the leading scorer. And look when he does that, when it matters most throughout the playoffs last year against Embiid and Simmons, that miracle shot, and throughout that series against the Greek Freak, picking him up, as you mentioned, Stephen A., when he picked him up half court, like when he funneled him toward the bigs, whatever it was, he played the best when he was the primary defender, the best possible job that anyone could do do on the Greek Freak, basically shut him down. And on the other end, was the best player on the floor, which means both ends, which means he's the best player on the floor when it mattered the most. And then in the finals, of course, if KD and Klay don't get hurt, you could argue just Klay alone. I'd say KD and Klay. Of course, that team was going to beat any team. That doesn't mean KD's better than Kawhi. It means his team is better. Then when it mattered the most this year, opening day, he got LeBron. Christmas Day, he got LeBron. He was the best player on the floor. All-Star game, he was the best player on the floor. And what else? His team won, his team won, his team won. Stephen A., he's not as good as LeBron once was, and he's not as good as Antetokounmpo is going to be, but we ain't talking about what was and what's going to be. We're talking about right now. The dude, if you're trying to win a championship, is the guy you want.
Now, in that clip, you'll see how passionately Max Kellerman used to speak for Kawhi Leonard. But if you think that the media is going to vote against LeBron James, when a lot of these media people work for these bigger companies like ESPN, Fox Sports, probably even Bleacher Report, I don't know where some of them work, you got something else coming. LeBron James does control the media, and for him to have the confidence to come out and tell Richard Jefferson, there's no way you're going to get fired because you're my friend, I think it gives a lot of credence and credibility to a lot of the things that people have been saying. Because for me, it's maybe been a thought that a lot of people have had, but for me to actually see him, for him to use his own mouth and say that thing was really eye-opening. So what I want to know from you guys is, do you agree with what I'm saying in this video, or do you think I'm off my rockers and I'm onto something? Again, whatever you say in the comment section, whatever opinion you do have, please refer to the facts. Don't just give me your opinion. Refer to the facts that I've given you and what you've heard and what you've seen based off of all the evidence that I put in front of you. And please respond to it with those facts. I don't need people just commenting and just saying stuff because of what they feel and is based and has no factual basis behind your opinion. So whatever you guys think, please let me know that in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to follow us on the Dreamerspro Podcast. We're on Spotify and iTunes. Make sure you guys check us out. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.